Hello, everyone. Welcome here to SpeedGaming 3. I am Grandius, and joining me on commentary is SpaceNarc.
Hello, everyone.
We have a match starting here real soon in the Messenger of SpaceNarc versus SortofAlpha. This should be quite a good match. I believe that that SortofAlpha does have the edge here. He's got the second best PB out there, but kind of some cool backstory is SpaceNarc and SortofAlpha used to race together a lot, and SpaceNarc used to win those races in the early days. So this is kind of like a old friends, rival match of sorts. So it should be cool to see him go at it again.
I don't know that actually.
Yeah, actually, when Alpha was first starting, Narc was the person he raced against the most. They raced all the time.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, in a different category, but should still be pretty sweet.
Definitely. I think they are readying up, and yeah, it should start very soon here.
Yeah, we should get it pretty soon here. Now, New Game Plus, assuming most of you all have seen some matches by now, so you probably know the gist of what's going to be going on. 1 second. Okay. All right, we're good. This is New Game Plus, so they're going to be starting off with basically all the upgrades. Let's see.
Wait, Alpha's timer? Oh, okay, it's fine.
Yeah. Everything looks good. Just making sure the crop and everything is correct here.
Yeah, looks like we're off. Yeah, everything should be.
We should be good, I believe. I'm gonna switch audio.
I think there's like boxes for face cams. Are we supposed to get rid of those?
I guess it's fine.
Alright, we're fine. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, they're gonna be starting off here, going to the Ninja Village, waiting out this little cutscene. And yeah, as Grandius said, this is New Game Plus, and for anyone who doesn't know, New Game Plus basically starts you off with all of the upgrades and all of the items. Well, not all of the items, but all of the items that you get in the linear section, and plus the Lightfoot Tabby as well, which they got to choose at the beginning from a couple of options. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting because the movement is very, very different from what it is when you play on New Game on a new file.
Yeah, once they get the kind of linear portion of the game done, they will still have to go out and collect some stuff to progress. But all the items that actually affect movement or their combat abilities, they already have all of those. So it's going to unlock a lot of really cool options. Alpha already showing off a nice little Jesus fall there, getting that cheeky little animation.
Yeah, I remember when you and Alpha were racing, you guys finished 8-bit at the exact same time. And as soon as the cutscene ended and you guys fell to the bottom of the tower in 16-bit, both of you just stood up and did a Jesus fall at the exact same time.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, we were laughing about that because I watched it back, and it was a beautiful moment for sure.
It was great, man. Yeah. So you just saw them drop down into the shop. You don't have to drop into the shop because kind of just dropped out over. But what they dropped in was to grab the windmill shuriken. So the windmill shuriken is the upgrade that you get for 100%ing the game, basically collecting all of the power seeds, and it's the main item that separates New Game from New Game Plus, because New Game just never gets the item, and it's extremely powerful. It's a shuriken that kind of swings around like the swag star from Ninja Garden, and it also gives you cloud steps when it hits stuff. So there's some really interesting strategies involved with it, like the one you're going to be seeing coming up now in this next room.
Yeah, this is one of the coolest ones. Even though it's right at the start of the game, In my opinion, it is one of the coolest tricks in the game. So we'll see if SortofAlpha is able to get the aptly named Ultra Steal here. That's a good start. Good height. Nice. Okay.
Let's go. Nice.
Alpha getting the full Ultra Steal, just flying it in ludicrous speeds through these rooms. And that saves a lot of time. It saves a massive amount of time.
A lot of time, yeah. It looked like SpaceNarc was also going for it because he does have the windmill shuriken. He picked it up in the first shot, but I don't think he managed to get it. Thankfully, he's not going to die to that spike ball because at least, when I'm walking through this room, I always get hit by that thing. I literally have no idea how to play this room if I'm not flying through the air.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where it's tricky to remember to practice all these different backups for races, because we'd probably just reset there in a PB attempt if we completely butchered Ultra Steal. So yeah, it's definitely some of these rooms and backups a lot of runners aren't used to having to do, so it can make for some interesting improv if nothing else.
Definitely. So Alpha's going to be moving into this boss. It was there for like 2 seconds. It's gone.
Yeah, boss.
Boss.
That's overhyping that guy a little bit, I think. I mean, I guess technically he's a boss. But
yeah, I guess he's got like 5 health instead of 1. But
it's almost more like some leaves. You just kind of like step over the leaves, you know?
Yeah, pretty
much. And then you're done.
Yeah. Feel like the cutscene where the boss explodes 6 more times than the fight itself.
Yeah. Narc getting also a really fast kill there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So the way they killed that boss really fast. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of health in general, but the reason they were able to kill him like insanely fast, like basically in 5 seconds, is because they did a technique called the windmill juggle, where you throw all your windmill shuriken and you jump over them and crouch under them alternatively, and that allows them to keep swinging around. And to the boss, they just do 3 damage to him. It just ends up giving you insane DPS, and it just melts through all of the bosses.
Yeah, Alpha throwing a bunch of windmills around there too to really make quick work of that gauntlet. Oh boy!
We got the fast fall.
Yeah. Also was having a close call with that crusher there. Meanwhile, Narc opts out of that cycle. I respect it. That looked a little bit scary. Sometimes you can kind of make those cycles work without getting crushed if you rope dart, but it's not the kind of things you want to be trying to push in a race.
Yeah, definitely not. It's a race. In a race, you just kind of want to play it. Say, obviously, you want to go fast, so you want to try to make the best cycle. But if it even looks like a little bit sketchy, then it's completely understandable to just opt out of it.
Oh yeah, it's a smart thing to do, I think, because this is a long category. This isn't a like an 8-bit category that's only like 25 minutes long or whatever. Like we're going for about an hour and a half here. This is a lot of game, and if you're playing super risky the whole time, you're gonna die at some point, maybe a lot. So, but yeah, you got to go fast too. And Alpha having all those New Game Plus optimizations that he's been working on, and it's really paying off for him so far.
Yeah, his catacombs has looked really clean so far. I haven't seen a mistake or anything like that. Absolutely. So yeah, it does look like really clean play. Even Narc's side, it's actually pretty good movement.
Absolutely, and that's one thing I wanted to say. I'm pretty sure that's the case for both runners. Is New Game Plus is almost, as a speedrun, it's almost entirely new to both of them. I believe they both picked it up for this tournament. And it's really just awesome seeing like how much they've learned and how good and consistent they've got at the strats they're going for within this, what has it been, like a month, I guess, since...
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so that's actually really cool, because New Game Plus is not easy to go fast in.
Definitely, and coming out of New Game and then learning New Game Plus, it's definitely a completely different experience. So yeah, it's
a lot
really
more
cool.
buttons.
Absolutely, a lot more buttons. Yeah, you press the shuriken button like more than 5 times for the whole run.
Alpha getting a low Ruxton. Let's see if Ruxton goes to the top platform and saves Narc a whole bunch of time here. Or Narc, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Ruxton, if he goes to the top, it saves about 8 seconds, which is...
Oh, Narc does get the top
got
Ruxton.
the high Rux, yeah.
That actually is going to narrow the gap a little bit.
Okay, yeah, he gets the top Rux skill. Okay, yeah, that is definitely gonna save some time for Narc. But Alpha gets the full lead in that first room, which is really cool. It's pretty hard to get that last rope dart as well, and he got that, so that's really nice to see. Really good start to this bamboo.
Yeah, this bamboo is really sick so far. But you can see Narc also stepping into bamboo. He's not too far behind that. And Ruxton RNG did help out a little bit there, for sure.
Yeah. Doesn't look like Narc is going for the yeet, which is understandable. It's a pretty tough yeet. You have to squeeze through like a lot of gaps. You have to get the red after at the beginning, swim through. It's a tough yeet. So yeah, if you're not consistent at it, there's no point, trying to go for it really.
Yeah, because you'd probably lose more time, than you'd save if you weren't able to get it pretty consistent over just rope guarding everything.
Alpha is going to be going to BC11. Famously, Alpha's favorite room in the game. In New Game, there's a bunch of really difficult strats to get through that room, but in New Game Plus, you kind of just throw a couple of windmill shuriken and just kind of, activate infinite jumps for 2 seconds. It's fine.
SortofAlpha, that room BC11 stands for Bamboo Creek. It's the 11th room that we go through, and Alpha very infamously grinded that room for 40 hours to get an absolutely insane time in the new game category. So it's kind of an infamous room for him now. But yeah, New Game Plus, it's not as difficult. It is a little tricky to get those windmills to do what you want, but both runners kind of got through it really cleanly.
And Alpha's going to be moving into as Notch is just about to finish up bamboo. Yeah, not very far behind at all, definitely. It's been having a couple of rough rooms, but mostly Nox play is also pretty clean. I haven't seen any major mistakes from him at all, so that's really good to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And looks like Alpha opted out of that teleport there, which is I'm not sure why you would do that. It seems like a pretty safe teleport to me, but
yeah, it's finicky sometimes. So maybe he just wasn't feeling it with his positioning. Just out of it. It does save a little bit of time, but it's not a it's not a massive deal. Let's see what kind of fall Narc goes for. One wingsuit, I respect that. Let's see if Narc goes for the teleport. He does! Narc gets the teleport.
He got it. Nice.
Make it up like probably a second there.
Yeah, let's see if Alpha gets the god eat here. So there's a strat where you throw that windmill shuriken at the top of the room, and it just somehow perfectly aligns and hits something and gives you a cloud step right when you leave that room. But Alpha unfortunately pressing the jump button a little bit too late, and he wasn't able to use the cloud step to just keep his heat speed through the whole room. You got really close though.
That's one thing you're kind of seeing too, is some of these rooms look pretty simple, but surprisingly, especially in New Game Plus, you have so many movement options and tiny optimizations you could do that you could see a runner kind of fumble around even do a simple room because they're going for some really complex movements just to save, like 0.1, 0.2 seconds, shave off their time, shave down that time.
Yeah, and even if, we say it's a long category and, stuff like that doesn't act... In the end, it does all add up. Like, you want to try to make the best of every room as much as you can, definitely.
Absolutely.
The category is long, yeah. So, let's see if Alpha gets the one cycle here. Oh, it's looking really good. Yeah, he's definitely good.
That's a really good setup there. He didn't even get the spikes to pop out, which means you killed him really fast.
It looks like he was doing low jumps there, and that actually made it faster for him during the juggle.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? I really have to say here, because Alpha with currently the second place in this category in this PB, And Alpha's mostly been practicing 8-bit, and Narc is not that far behind. Narc is playing very well right now, going up against one of the best players in the game right now.
Yeah. And it does look like he can keep. Oh, but Narc unfortunately misses the one cycle. It looked like he went for the old strat where you use the gear vent, and it is a bit harder to get using that strat, but yeah, unfortunately that's gonna lose him quite a bit of time, around 10 seconds I would say.
He does clean it up, and meanwhile we got Alpha going into the whole right room. Although in New Game Plus you're doing a lot more than just holding right, because you have rope guard and all this different stuff. But Alpha making quick work of this longest room in the game. With 2 checkpoints, my friend. 2 checkpoints in the room.
In the same room, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that was a totally original thought. The first time I've ever thought of that.
Oh yeah, just now. I have definitely never heard like commentators say that in every single case. But
totally not. Let's see if Alpha gets another teleport. Now teleports, we've explained them throughout the tournament, so you can watch them pause.
Yeah.
Basically, janky game mechanics. It gets confused. It thinks an enemy that spawns over on the right is the enemy you actually rope darted initially, and it just takes you over to that guy that just spawned. That's kind of the short explanation. It's like, oh, he's over there, and it just takes you over there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I don't mind explaining things, but the explanation of the teleport actually takes like 3 minutes.
It's the worst. Yeah, it's the most convoluted glitch that we make use of in the run.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think it was that complicated. All you do is just, slash rope that, and it just works every single time.
Yeah, as long as you have the right spacing and setup, like it does always work.
Yeah, but like when you start to like think about how it works, it can get pretty Just all you have to know is that there's certain enemy positionings and certain part of the game where the enemies just happen to line up where you can teleport on them, and that's all you need to know. That's what we knew when we started doing them.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've kind of decoded what's going on over time, and actually the developers themselves made a mention of what was going on there as well, which was really cool.
Yeah. So Alpha's gonna be going for this. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh no, he got whips. Oh no, that never happens.
Oh,
it's the whipless setup, but he got whips on it. Unfortunate.
Yeah, getting the whips there does lose a considerable amount of time. But Alpha, the reason he got whips is because he was going for a really high damage setup to try to get a 1-cycle fight, which is the kind of fastest fight you can get, the best fight you can go with this boss. So the risk did not pay off this time, unfortunately. We'll see what Narc goes for. I'm guessing Narc will go for the more consistent kind of like 2-cycle. And that will save him some time if he's able to get it over what Alpha just had.
Yeah, if Narc gets the 2-cycle or even the 1.5 cycle, I guess is what that's called. Then yeah, he's definitely going to save like about 4 seconds, I would say, over Alpha.
Right.
Which is not a lot, but it all adds up, like I said.
Alright,
Alpha.
let's see him. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. Let's see what he does. Oh, he goes for that. Yeah, it looks like he's going for the standard. Does he go up with that? Okay, he doesn't. Let's hope we can get this kill here.
Yeah, I hope so. And he does get it nice. So he actually did save some time there over what Alpha got. Like 6 seconds or so.
Yeah. And Alpha's going to be standing on this platform here, kind of levitating.
Yeah, I don't know why exactly Alpha's doing that. Kind of confused myself. He should have just, continue on in the level, but I guess he's taking a detour. Oh, and he got some kind of magical key that he's going to use later. Okay, maybe that's why he was doing that.
Maybe, yeah. Text was kind of Chinese, so I'm not sure what happened. But...
Yeah.
So yeah, what happened there was he actually did a major sequence break in like 2 seconds. Don't worry about it. And just picked up an item that you're not even supposed to know exists, and it doesn't exist. It was invisible, as you could see, well, because it's supposed to be in 16-bit. But yeah, because you can go through kind of the back door of that area and get that item much earlier than intended. It's just kind of invisible, and you just kind of float around for a little bit while getting it.
Yeah, and that saves so much time being able to go in there and get that. I think it's like a minute 30 roughly that it saves.
Oh yeah.
Over having to backtrack later in the game and get it, which is like the more intended route.
Yeah, definitely. Narc's gonna get a clean entry into the no tool as well.
Nice,
yeah. Alpha moves into the Kolos and Zeus's fight. He's getting a pretty good pattern. If he one cycles this guy, it's like, oh no,
that's unlucky.
So bad. Oh man,
the commentator's curse. Pretty good.
That is. Oh no, man.
That's rough. All right, let's see what Kolos does though. Can it get worse?
I think he's gonna die.
Oh, he's gonna get the zero cycle. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he's dead. Yeah.
That's not too bad then.
Yeah.
Like he basically just had an extra whip thrown in. If you look at it that way, and then he got the ball for the zero cycle Kolos. So.
Okay. Yeah. I see. Yeah.
That's actually not too bad. That could have been
bad.
much worse if he wasn't able to kill Kolos in time. But he did do enough damage there, so Kolos being the red one and Zeus being the green one.
Yeah, if he had gone like border there by Zeus the second time, he would not have zero cycle
sick
Kolos.
one tile on Narc to save that.
Oh yeah.
Narc going for the left side. I'm sure you.
I like left side. Yeah. Usually throw a bunch of windmills on left side, but standard left side is pretty good. Now Narc moves into the Kolos and Zeus fight. Let's see what kind of fight he's gonna get. He is doing the windmill juggle. And Kolos for
keeping him up, good. Okay, he does get the ball as well, but he didn't get the whip. Let's see if he's able to track the. I think he should still be fine. He got a couple Demon's Bane hits in. It looks like he's not getting an extra attack, so that's good. Let's see if he can finish Kolos. And he does get it. Nice, good fight on Narc's end. For that RNG, that's about the best you could have got, I think. And meanwhile, Alpha is climbing at hyper speeds through glacial peaks. Probably one of Alpha's best levels. I mean, he's really solid all around, but he had some insane times in this stage in New Game, and New Game and New Game Plus are very similar. Outside of like this strat right here. Oh, which unfortunately misses barely.
Man, just about misses that. That's been happening to me a lot as well. That strat's really finicky because the setup is kind of it's actually just throw some windmill and pray that you get a cloud step at the right time. So yeah, sometimes it just doesn't end up working.
Oh no, Narc! Ooh. He's gonna bait the bird.
What happened? Okay, he's got the bird. Okay.
Yeah, he barely wasn't able to get up there after using the bird. The setup got kind of messed up, so he had to respawn the bird and back it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Other than going into that little section on the right, it kind of sucks.
Every other path through that stream kind of sucks for speed.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the one tile's pretty fast, but
While Narc is climbing up the mountain, catching up a little bit here, Alpha is going to be heading into Tower of Time. Now, this stage is one of those ones that is more likely to kill you than many others. So I've definitely seen some swings happen in here before in races. So we'll see if how Alpha does handling all these like damage boosts and tricky sections with like cycles and lasers and spikes everywhere, crushers and all kinds of things that are really deadly to the ninja.
Yeah, the thing about this area is that there's like all of these lasers, and the lasers do 4 damage, which is the most damage anything does in the game. Aside from, stuff that instantly kills you. But there's a lot of strats which involve, just damage boosting through the lasers and just going really fast, like this strat right here called Hail Mary, which Alpha's really good at, so I'm not surprised at all that he got that really clean there.
Yeah, now you might think if you've played this game in New Game before, hey, he has that upgrade where he has all the upgrades, so he should have the one where spikes and stuff do like 1 less damage, and he does have it, but that's a thing of New Game Plus is everything does like +1 damage, and so it just effectively counteracts that upgrade and makes everything do just as much damage as it would in New Game.
Yeah, that is kind of the problem portion of New Game Plus, where you have a lot of HP in tower, but the lasers just do the perfect amount of damage where it just kind of cancels out all your advantage, and you know, you're just stuck with 1 HP in these couple of rooms and stuff like that. And ooh, he got a Jesus Ascent there. I've never seen that one.
That was a good
That's a new one. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that one once before. I can't remember if it was just me watching Alpha or who it was, but that's a really nice one.
Sounds pretty cool, yeah. Moving on through, getting more health, which is obviously going to be used for damage boosting just a little bit, while Narc moves into Tower of Time as well. Let's see how many damage boost strats he goes for.
Okay, he goes for the windmill too on the crystal. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, having that New Game Plus flare instead of just slashing through the wall.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he is going for Hail Mary.
He's going for it. I think he's barred.
He gets it. Nice.
Nice. Fantastic.
So both runners getting Hail Mary. That is one of those riskier strats. Alpha lost a little bit of HP in that room. I wonder if he's gonna go for the windmill throw on the crystal, or if he's just gonna take the New Game route, slide down the wall, and get that crystal
I think he's just
abuse
gonna,
glitch.
Yeah, probably just gonna take the
Yeah, I respect that. It saves a tiny bit of time, like we're talking frames, to fall and just throw a shuriken, but if you mistime the shuriken, you just die in the lasers, and it's a sad time.
Yeah, it's really bad. But yeah, we're gonna be finishing up tower right here, moving into the final boss of the 8-bit section, the Arcane Golem. While Narc moves through, he gets the Kuni 1 cycle, that's really good, on 1 HP.
Good stuff.
See if he goes for this laser boost here. I assume he will. If he goes for Hail Mary, then he probably goes for laser boost.
Yeah, I would guess so as well. But we'll see. Maybe he's unconfident with his climb, and he does get up there. Nice.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Alpha on the final boss of the 8-bit segment of the game, making quick work of the Arcane Golem here, throwing windmills, but actually falling down.
And no, he gets this attack.
He has to watch the 16-hour-long DLC attack.
Oh no. Well, we get to actually hear some of the fantastic music at least.
That's true.
Just a little bit. Before he's
Alpha
dead.
did do that on purpose, so we get to see some of the animations we never get to on Arcane Golem.
Yeah.
That does happen though. Those claps can be pretty tricky. Sometimes you end up in a really awkward spot that, you know, as you can see, can be kind of difficult to navigate back to the boss. Alpha's still getting a sub 26 8-bit with the key as well. So that was yeah, that was definitely still a solid 8-bit from Alpha. Meanwhile, Narc is really not that far behind. Oh my god, Narc goes for the windmill throw that I was talking about earlier, even though he only had 3 HP.
I respect it.
Trying to save some frames and catch up to Alpha here. Alpha did bleed some time on that Arcane Golem fight as well, so there's definitely been a few things that Narc has definitely saved some time on him. On the bosses a lot so far, actually, because of Ruxton luck. I believe even Colossus Susis was a little bit faster for Narc. Queen was as well. And hopefully Arcane Golem if Narc doesn't fall as well.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Alpha moves into the first 16-bit level. So yeah, the game does change into 16-bit. In this part, you get a cool hat, which the game does not hesitate to mention multiple times.
Yeah, true. It is a cool hat, to be fair.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. And moving through the Cloud Ruins now. The Cloud Ruins is pretty long stage, and it has some pretty difficult parts and a lot of death bits. So this is another level that's pretty easy to die in. This next stream in particular, there's a damage boost strat, which he is gonna go for. Let's see if he gets it. Oh, it looks kind of slow.
Okay. That was a little close there. If he touched the spike one more time, he would have died and lost quite a chunk of time there. But he managed to steer his way through and survive, yeah. Okay. Here's like a semi-auto scroller. I say semi because you could technically get ahead of the auto scroller and just be off screen. But it's kind of scary, so we'll see if Alpha goes for any off-screen action here.
Ooh.
Okay, he did a little bit, but I think he got the rope dart that he didn't want. He probably wanted to rope dart the next set of clouds, but at least he didn't die, so that's always a bonus when you start playing risky and going off screen.
Yeah, it's like so easy to just, you know, if you... So the thing is, you have to play off all sound cues, right? And if you like don't read a sound cue right, and you know, you don't realize that you haven't got your rope dart or whatever, you're just literally gonna fall into the pit and die. And it's really bad if that happens.
Yeah.
Obviously. So yeah. Playing off screen it's pretty rude. Jeez, dude.
This is one of the scariest rooms on Alpha's end. Oh my god, he also almost just fell in the pit.
Just dipping his feet into the death pit, don't worry about it. Oh no, wait,
oh.
What? Okay. Wow,
saved it.
That backup.
Clearly a practiced backup there.
Yeah, not. Oh my god, he almost fell into that, dude. This Cloud Ruins is not looking.
Cloud Ruins is a scary level. Narc going for the damage boost, and actually getting about the same cycle Alpha did.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if Alpha or Narc. Right now, Narc is only behind one Manfred chase. He did make up some time earlier on that Arcane Golem, and we'll see if either of them go for any kind of blindfold action here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Alpha's gonna, because I feel like most people don't go off screen on the second one. Let's see if Narc goes. Oh, no, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so no off screens.
I respect it. Oh,
Alpha's gonna go for the fast cycle.
That was
nice.
actually a little scary, but he got up there.
Yeah, you can do that damageless, but in case you mess it up a little bit, you can still just take a hit and get through it.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of actually pretty risky strats and rooms in Cloud Ruins.
Yeah.
So it really just, you know, you have to see which ones the runners opt to go for in this race setting, where, you know, anything could happen.
Yeah. And is he gonna save or kill the animal? So yeah, this is the animal of this game. You can either say, oh, he tried to kill it, but it kind of betrayed, you know, took revenge on him. So I guess he's just gonna let it go now.
Yeah, the animal earned his respect. He's like your worthy adversary, yeah, and he let him live after.
He just got smacked by the animal when he tried to kill her, and he was like, oh wow, okay, fine. Okay. Alright, now he's gonna be moving into the Manfred Fight, and there's a pretty bizarre glitch on this boss, which saves about 20-30 seconds. So let's see if he gets it. Oh, he's gonna roll out his face first. That's a setup.
Oh!
Nope. No ball thread for today.
Let's not get ball thread. Yeah, let's see. He got a lot of damage there, though, on those throws. Oh, no, though! He missed that!
That's not good.
Oh, he got kind of lucky, though. Manfred came down.
It's
It's actually possible for Manfred to just stay up above, and he doesn't come down for a while longer. But he at least got some decent RNG there.
Yeah, so the way the glitch works, which is called ball thread, is if you're like in the middle of his head or something, like at a very specific position inside his head hitbox, when he starts doing the attack when he chases after you, his maximum turn speed actually doesn't allow him to reach the point where you are, and that just causes him to spin infinitely around a single point, and like he just stays there, and you can just deal a lot of damage to him and kill him, basically just instantly destroy him.
Yeah, it saves a ton of time, and it's a super finicky trick, so it's kind of just the norm to miss it for, you know, half the time or more.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's been a few setups for ball thread, but all of them gonna suck and don't work most of the time.
Yeah, very true. And now Alpha actually in Underworld, the last portion of the last level of the linear section of the game. Yeah, it's an awesome stage. You can also see him walking on lava there. As long as you don't stop moving, he does have this light foot tabby item because he's playing New Game Plus. Normally you wouldn't get that till much later, but it allows him to walk on lava, walk on water, any kind of liquid. He's going to be ducking under that saw. And meanwhile, on Narc, he unfortunately did not get ball for it either, though. But let's see what kind of speed of a fight he gets here. Hopefully he is able to kill him right here. It looks like he did get a lot of damage in there with those windmills. And, oh my gosh, what was that?
Dude, Manfred just straight up said screw you. Yeah, and he's gonna get the fireball attack, which you do not want to see at all.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oof. He should be finishing off.
Beating
Nice.
Manfred. I've never seen Manfred take that sharp of a dive and clear out that many clouds. That was crazy.
Yeah, Manfred just sometimes he just does whatever he wants. Like, I think it's like he just kind of invents an attack if he doesn't like you.
Yeah, it's pretty true. Alpha actually not too far now here from the final boss of the linear segment, the Demon General. We'll see what kind of kill Alpha goes for. There is a new quick kill you discovered not too long ago, Narga, that saves like a second or two. So we'll see if he goes for that or if he just goes for kind of the more traditional New Game Plus quick kill here.
Yeah, the new quick kill is kind of it almost never works. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go for it.
Okay,
gonna
it
go
looks like
for-
he's going for a pretty normal setup here.
Yeah, he doesn't even look like he did a windmill juggle. So this fight is not gonna be extremely fast. He is still gonna get the quick kill, most probably.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's
for
gonna
sure.
go for a juggle there. Yeah.
Whew, it was actually a little close.
It was close.
But
Yeah.
GG to Alpha getting a I think that was a 34-41 linear time.
So.
So pretty solid for sure. In any kind of like 34xx time is you really like to see it when you're also having to go and collect that key earlier.
Yeah, for sure. 34 is really good. And it's gonna be moving into this extremely long cutscene. It is actually a 3-minute long cutscene, no jokes. So I'm gonna be looking at SpaceNarc screen for a little bit. Let me just switch the audio over to SpaceNarc. And then just keep.
Yeah, sure. Oh boy, SpaceNarc going down to 1 HP and getting killed by the fireball.
Oh no.
Warble, the taxman, brutally taking 50 of his time shards just to add an insult to injury, saying, "Hey, if you're gonna make me, revive you, carry you back to a safe spot or whatever, I'm gonna charge you for it." And thankfully, he has so many shards that shouldn't come into play. But that is a thing worth knowing. In New Game Plus, it is possible to game over and go all the way back to the beginning of the game if you run out of time shards and can no longer afford to pay Quarble, the little red guy flying around with you.
Yeah, just trying to adjust Narc's volume here a little bit.
Yeah, it is a tiny bit on the low end, but that is fine. Narc coming into the Toxic Tower, reference to the infamous level in Donkey Kong Country 2. It has similar vibes. There's kind of like, instead of acid, it's kind of like lava rising, and you want to get up. You never really get to see that part of the level just because they're speedrunners. They're going fast. The lava can't keep up, but it is a really cool room, and especially casually, that lava can really catch up to you.
Yeah, it looks like SpaceNarc is going to be coming towards the end of the world. Going to be moving into the boss himself.
Yeah, let's see how Narc opts to fight the Demon General here. Hopefully he's able to... Oh, he might have overdamaged. Oh, he overdamaged, unfortunately. That's a bit of a tricky thing with this boss on New Game Plus, is you actually have so much damage that it's possible to trigger a phase that you do not want to see. So you actually want to typically hold off DPS just a little bit, and then kind of unload on him once he's like started into the attack that you actually want to see. But Narc gonna be finishing up linear time. GG to Narc for the linear and portion. Meanwhile, I'm gonna switch the audio here back over to SortofAlpha as he begins the second quest portion of the run. Okay, there we go.
Alright, so the second quest portion of this run is basically the game kind of opens up into a Metroidvania and it gives you 3 portals to go into. So the fastest route that we figured out is you go into the autumn portal first, and we'll talk about the rest of it as it goes. But Alpha's going to be moving backwards through this.
Whoa, that was an interesting setup.
Yeah, I've actually been seeing a few people do that. It looks not fun.
We'll see if Alpha's able to get a good swing cycle in this room. And he does catch that swing. That actually saves a decent bit of time.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see if he's able to use the windmill to get himself up to this key early. Nice.
Nice.
One windmill shuriken. Very efficient with his windmill there.
It's great to see. So yeah, this key, it's generally not this easy to get. You have to go through a really long section with a lot of like time switching and stuff to get it, but we just kind of use a windmill shuriken and go in through the back way. We're going to be doing that for quite a bit of sections where you're supposed to do a lot, but just windmill shuriken and just cheat basically. That's what windmill shuriken is. It's cheating.
Yeah, they just bust out the old Game Shark and start punching those cheat codes in. But no, the windmill, it does allow a lot of like skips and even like just minor skips, like skipping sections of rooms to save a bit of time here and there. Now Alpha's coming up. You might recognize this from earlier in the run, but now he's in the 16-bit version of this area. He's going for Ultra Steel again because the 16-bit version is similar enough that you can get the same trick. And he is getting it. He got past the harder part of the trick, which is where that kind of hollowed out tree is proves to be a way more difficult obstacle than what you do with an 8-bit. But Alpha got around that really smoothly.
Yeah, Alpha's Ultra Steel is really like the setup he does at the beginning is really fast, and he even gets good speed with it. It's like his entire Ultra Steel is really fast. He's saving a lot of time. And consistent as well. He's got both of them.
Yeah, that was a thing where, it used to be like all you cared about was getting the Ultra Steel at all. Oh, going for underplat on Alpha. Wow.
Sick.
But now, like, even it's something like Ultra Steel, we're worrying about things like getting higher speeds to get through those screens a little bit faster, or coming out of the water quicker, or not, getting held up on a wall as long. Like, we're actually trying to grind frames off an already difficult trick, so it's getting pretty wild. Here comes the infamous Sort of G jump. Let's see if he gets it.
Sort of G jump. He's got it easy every time.
So there is a tech there called G jump named after G, but Alpha came up with his own setup, and since he's Sort of Alpha, we called it the Sort of G jump because it's a kind of janky setup, but it seems to work for him.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys have played the game, you know that the way you are supposed to access Fallen Temple is you have to get like these little guys called the Phobicans. You have to save them, and there's 3 of them in the whole game, and you have to basically run around the whole game collecting them, and then you can access the Fallen Temple. But then again, Windmill Shuriken, you just skip all of that. If you do G jump, it literally saves like 10 or 12 minutes out of the speed run. It's insane. It's like the most major
run.
Yeah, the most major sequence break in not a bounce.
Now, also, if you're noticing on Narc's side, he is opting for the other route where you start with Glacial first. He's going to be heading to an early Skylands, so a little bit of a route divergence here. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the new game route, sort of. Or the old New Game Plus route, I guess. Ooh, Alpha is actually, he's in this room which I like to call the any % Hail Mary room, and he unfortunately got clipped on some spikes and wasn't able to get the full damage boost. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, it looks like Narc just practiced the old route, and I guess old habits die hard. That just happens.
Yeah,
If you have
it's
it out,
really the time difference is not that much. You know, we're talking just you know a few seconds here and there, depending on which kind of route you go for. As long as you don't go for something you know really crazy. But this is a pretty standard route that Narc's going for here. So it's not really that much of a difference. You'll just get to see some differences in stage order is about all.
Yeah, the route difference, the difference in the timings of all the routes is basically just movement in the headquarters. There isn't, it's not like you have to go to this level and then you'll have this item and that'll like allow you to do this other level. It's not like that in New Game Plus. It's you just basically, there's 3 distinct sections that you have to do and you can do them in any order you want. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, the optimal route just takes into consideration movement in the headquarters and yeah, so yeah, it is completely fine to just go a different route. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's not as big of a deal as it is in New Game because you start with that light foot tabby, so you're not worrying about like, oh, I need to have so much money and then go get the light foot tabby and you know get these certain upgrades and all this kind of stuff because you already have everything. So or all these upgrades that you know you'd have to be normally caring about in New Game. So there's not too much of like a money management part of the routing to this. So you kind of just go. But the headquarters movement, like you said, just, you know, where you start in the headquarters, which portals you pop in and out of, you know, you could optimize it a little bit with your route, and that's about it.
Yeah. And it looks like Alpha's going to be nearing the end of the Fallen Temple here. So Fallen Temple actually a really different level. It's got a lot of like spikes and stuff. It's just very easy to die, and it's a hard level. Because, you know, it's supposed to be like an endgame level, but we just kind of do it in the middle of the speedrun. Yeah, he's going to be nearing the... Yeah,
There is sub-screens like coming up on Alpha's end that can be kind of scary. This room could sometimes troll you because, I mean, look at all this. Look at all these spikes. And speaking of which, Alpha does get trolled.
Oh,
as
no.
I was saying, the commentator curse immediately coming in. And... that room showing why it can be scary. Thankfully, he's gonna be. Oh, he doesn't pick up the health.
No, he doesn't pick up. What is he doing?
Alpha,
no.
Oh, okay, he got lucky.
Okay,
he got an RNG health from that thing. It looks like he would have been fine either way, but oh my goodness, he almost hit another spike. He is just killing bats now, going crazy. Meanwhile, Narc is continue on to the second section of Skyland, the Earth part. Let's see what strat he opts for here. He does get the meatball throw first try. You love to see it. And he's kind of going into a little bit of a boring section on this. So let's look back at Alpha screen and see he's going into the Demon King fight.
Yeah, now this Demon King fight is really obscure, weird, difficult fight. How you're supposed to play it is you're supposed to take these rockets and like get up to him and then hit him. But what we like to do is what you see Alpha doing. They're just kind of slash root that spam jump and just try to climb up with them and just do as much damage as possible. But like the Demon King ascends pretty fast, and what happens is you just kind of disconnect from him sometimes, and that's gonna cause you to lose time. So Alpha got actually a pretty good kill. It is possible to continuously just rise up with him and, you know, never disconnect and just kill him, but that's like, it's really difficult, and it's kind of RNG. Like sometimes it doesn't even make sense when you disconnect from him. It's just kind of a weird boss.
Yeah, this part is basically an auto-scroller. You're just waiting for the rocket to reach the top of the screen. If you do get knocked off the rocket, it's really bad. But that's generally pretty hard to do if you're paying attention.
Yeah, that never happens, right?
Yeah, it never happens to anybody. And Alpha's going to be fishing the boss there and going to a pretty long cutscene. So over on Narc's end, you can see he was on this kind of an auto-scroller of his own with Manfred kind of shooting all those dudes. And normally in New Game, you actually want to kill a lot of those, as many of those enemies on that section as you can to get money. But as I said, in New Game Plus, the money is really not an issue. So you kind of just need to just wait out the sections and not take too much damage, because your HP does carry over into like the actual ground part of the level that he's in now. So this is like the water element, section, which isn't too bad. Narc throwing a bunch of windmills. You love to see it, and just kind of getting up there. already almost done with the water section, making pretty quick work of it actually. Oh, he did go for the windmill, but he thought that the windmill hit that switch.
The first one.
But it barely missed it. That was a cool strat though. That looked like it would have been really fast if the windmill didn't barely miss that one switch over on the left.
Yeah, that's the thing about windmill shuriken is it's just like so dynamic that there's so many different kind of strats that you can do with it, and you can see that in a lot of different screens, like that one for example, where every runner just has different strats for how to do it. Even G jump, every runner kind of just does a different setup. So that's like the one thing I like about windmill shuriken is that you can play it however you want and kind of use it in your own style basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of like just unique ways you can go about strats that end up with very similar times. So it does come down to kind of player style and player preference in a bunch of cases, which does make it really a pleasure to watch and see these different runners and how they approach using the windmill shuriken.
Yeah, absolutely. And on Alpha side, you can see him going into the catacombs. So he actually did a whole reverse bamboo creek section, which we just completely missed because he just kind of blazed through it really fast. Yeah, moving into the catacombs, this isn't a really hard section, but there's some really cool strats that you can do, which is one of them is going to be coming up in a couple of rooms here, where you can use a ring to do a kind of complicated heat and skip a cycle. So let's see if Alpha actually gets it. He's setting up for it.
Nice!
And, he's got it. Let's go. Nice.
And it's one of those kind of thread the needle strats where you just have to perfectly get in there. And Alpha did do a good job of it there.
Yeah, really.
Now this screen's pretty secretly scary because there is a cutscene trigger that we skipped earlier in the game in that bottom right corner. And if you touch it now, you could soft lock essentially because it's like wait, like the game gets very confused because of skipping it earlier as well.
Yeah, thankfully he doesn't fall into the cutscene trigger, and he's going to make his way down to the dark cave. And let's see how this blind cave goes, while Narc is going to be moving into the Clockwork Concierge fight. Now, this is kind of a shmup fight, which means that you can basically mash as hard as you want, and depending on how fast you can mash, the fight actually can be sped up. It doesn't look like SpaceNarc is going for any pause strats. What you can do is you can open the inventory or the pause menu. And
Alpha missed some rope darts on the dark cave, but he's safe. He's saved
fine.
it.
Okay, he's good.
But yeah, on Concierge here, Narc doesn't go for the pause strats. So for some people, the pause strats are really awkward. Just like the pause button's not normally something you're used to pressing in a speedrun, so it can be a little bit weird when you initially learn using those pause strats. But we'll maybe get to see the pause strats on Alpha's stream once he's able to get to the fight, so you all can see the kind of difference between the two strats.
Yeah, and the
Narc
pause strats
actually in a bit of a scary spot here. He has got cannons and missiles and everything else flying at him. He's at 2 HP. This is the last phase of the boss fight, though. So if he's able to survive this, he will be fine. He's going down to 1 HP.
I think he's fine. Yeah,
he's good.
He's good.
Yes. Nice to get Elemental Skylands out of the way. Meanwhile, Alpha and Riviere, very cool stage, but also another one of those like higher chance to die stages. There is lots of spikes, lots of pits, lots of scary strats. It just really depends on what you opt for in this level as to kind of how risky it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of risky strats that you can go for on this level, but you can also opt out of, obviously. So let's see what kind of strats Alpha decides to go for. In this room especially, I'm not sure. What does he do? Okay, he does that.
Yeah, that's actually what I switched over to as well. It's a very safe variation on that room. Alpha does get a nice teleport there, saves a tiny bit of time, and he is about to go into one of the log room, the infamous log room. So we'll see what he does here. The logs are a little janky when you're trying to go fast. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, he does go for that. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's fine. Yeah, he's good.
He's good. He's good.
So I think he wanted to do a wing sword attack there on that meatball, but kind of just got a kick or something. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, thankfully he manages to get through. That room it's a very, very scary room. And this stuff just happens in that room. No one knows how it or why it happens. Let's see if he can get this fast cycle here and go for the damage boosts on the spikes.
He's on a
looks
good
like he's
pace
going
for
really
it.
fast. Nice.
Oh boy, that was a little... Okay, that was good. That was good.
He's guard. Nice.
Is he gonna go for
this
the
heat?
No, he doesn't. I respect
Okay.
that. Yeah, there is a yeet you could go for there where you use the like you rope dart a wall on the other end of a time portal, and it kind of causes the glitch that just gives you the quote-unquote yeet speed, which is just like a really high speed, and then you could get a cloud step and kind of just skip having to use that plant thing. But it's pretty risky because you're generally at really low HP, just like Alpha was there, and you could fall on the spikes and take a death if you're not careful.
Yeah, definitely one of the riskier strats, but yeah, it does save time. And yeah, like I said, that's one strat he decides to opt out of, which is respectable. You want to go for some risky strats, like he went for the damage boosts, but that one he decides to opt out of, which is completely fine. And going to be doing baby bird skip here. Ooh, he does get hit by the bird, that's fine.
Yeah, he should be all good. As he kind of goes through... Oh!
Oh no!
Oh no! He's in the infinite! Okay, he broke out of the infinite there. As he goes through this kind of auto-scroller section, Narc has been doing the 8-bit underworld part, and he's going to be almost to the... not too far off from the saw jump. I don't know if he's going to go for it or not. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that, because it's the next room coming up. And then we'll move over to Alpha, or touch it over to Alpha there. Okay, he doesn't go for the saw jump. I respect it. It's a cursed trick and never works, so.
It never works, yeah, basically.
You can jump off that saw and get up there, but it's super cursed. Alpha going into the Nightbird fight.
Nightbird.
Nightbird. Let's see what he opts for here, if he's going to be able to get that one cycle. That was a good setup, and he does. He gets the one cycle, killing him right before he gets away from you. So it's actually pretty tricky. Like, that was really optimized DPS there on Alpha's end, so saves a lot of time too, because otherwise you have to kind of chase that thing down and whatnot.
Oh, Alpha didn't get the secret time save. He walked off to the right, but he didn't turn left, which is probably going to lose him time, actually.
Yeah.
Like 2 frames or something like that.
Yeah, so that section, like, because you want to take a death to get back to the checkpoint, and it actually saves time to position Quarble in a better spot so that he's closer to where your time shards are, since he has to eat them. It's a very secret time save. It was kind of Halfling's kind of brilliant idea, and then me and Narga got to test with it and find the absolute best position to kind of die at. And it's just it's a really cool time save because it's just really unique that you don't really see anywhere else.
Yeah. And both of them are actually in the Howling Grotto at the same time.
Yeah.
Even though they're doing completely different routes. So, like I said, there's 3 distinct sections. Alpha did, let's say, the first one, and Nog did the third one. And now they're just both going to do the second one at the same time, it looks like. So that's really cool to see.
Yeah, they're kind of doing them in reverse order from each other, and they're just meeting in the middle on Grotto. So we'll see if they have very many different strats. If Alpha goes for the teleport, Alpha does not go for the teleport. We'll see in a little bit if Narc goes for it.
Yeah, the teleport there, you can get a really insane teleport where you do the teleport through the time portal, but you don't actually pass through the time portal. You just teleport past it. And that allows you to change time without going through the portal that you're supposed to use to change time, which is this one that Narc is going through right now. And that actually saves quite a bit of time. It's kind
super
of
finicky and cursed, but yeah. That's why I think they both didn't go for it, because it is one of those things where if you don't get any teleport, you just lose time. And it's really tricky and kind of finicky, especially in New Game Plus, because normally you use just like a regular shuriken to set it up, and the windmill like moves at a different speed than the regular shuriken, so it kind of messes the setup up a little bit, makes it a little more tricky.
Yeah,
I like that setup. by Alpha getting 2 water eats there, guaranteed. Instead of
That's
going for
actually
like
good.
the frame perfect thing, yeah.
Yeah. Frame perfect one actually never works.
Yeah, it's like impossible.
The Alpha gonna be moving into the Sunken Shrine, gonna be rope darting the spikes because that's a thing you can do. Don't worry about it. Gonna get hit. Oh no, he's got hit
He's
twice.
taking a beating.
Okay, he should be
Okay.
fine because his health refill. As
Don't
long as
touch
he
the
doesn't die
spikes.
right here. Yeah. Okay, he's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, Alpha actually kind of went so fast in that room that he kind of was ahead of the spike cycle and just got hit by them. Usually you're behind and the spikes have already retreated by the time you get over there, but Alpha just kind of went too fast. And he's going to go for the YOLO windmill throw. Is it going to work for him? Oh my god, it actually works.
Wow.
That is crazy. So there's a little puzzle type of thing there where you have to change time so that blocks aren't underwater so you can slash them. But if you throw windmill shuriken and they just kind of come down without you catching them, you can just break the blocks underwater. And usually
going for kind of the normal setup there and doing it really well with the windmill on those blocks.
Yeah, because that's like the consistent strat, but you can save some time by just YOLO, just throwing the windmill while you fall down, and I don't know, it just kind of works sometimes. It's kind of jank. I don't like it that much.
Yeah, same here. But Alpha did make it work. He's going for a yeet. Let's see if he goes for the really risky cycle here where he can get crushed. It does look like he waited a cycle. I think at that spot it looked like he needed to. So that was smart of him to not try to like get in that crusher section early and risk dying.
Yeah, you can get a faster cycle there, save like 2 seconds, but you know, it's not worth it if you're just gonna die, because if you die, you get sent really, really far back into the level.
Oh my gosh. Actually, Alpha almost died there if he got unlucky. He damage boosted over the saw at the top of the ceiling, and because, like with the saw jump, you can jump off a saw, you can also get crushed by a saw, pushed against a wall in rare cases. So what he did there, damage boosting over the saw, can kill you. It has killed me before. So that was riskier than it appeared, and there's kind of a lot of like weird little mechanics like that, and that you especially see in any percent where not everyone knows like the 10 million ways you can kind of die. So everyone gets caught off guard from time to time to stuff like that, where until it kills you, you may never have even known about it. But he thankfully he didn't get cursed there, and he made it through just fine.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like he's gonna be finishing up Sunken Shrine, going to that big room without any windmill shuriken, which is not usually I see on people.
Narc also getting the yeet out of there, and what I really have to say, they've had very similar quality of sunken temples here. Like, I don't think either one of them have been like narrowing or widening the gap at all. It looks like they've just been having both really solid sunkens overall.
Yeah, definitely looks like it. But yeah, right here it looks like SpaceNarc is just a little bit behind Alpha, but in reality we don't actually know how far behind he is, because Alpha has to do Elemental Skylands and Underworld, whereas SpaceNarc has to do Autumn Hills, Forlorn Temple, Reverse Bamboo Catacombs, and Riviera, so he has to do a much longer section than Alpha actually.
Yeah. So Alpha should be a bit ahead here, even though Elemental Skylands is the longest stage of the game. It's a very long level, and Narc get it out of the way. Alpha's done a lot more levels overall. So Alpha should probably be at like a couple minute lead here or so, I'd guess. But we'll see how the race progresses. There's still a lot of areas where you can get caught in death loops and lose a lot of time.
Yeah, for sure. And while they collect the key, Alpha's gonna move into the Glacial Peak, gonna be going into Skylands.
Oh!
Kind of gets cursed on that wall there, doesn't get a jump. That just happens sometimes because Messenger.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes in this game. Overall, though, the game functions very well. But there is a few finicky things that...
Oh no!
Oh no!
Well, that
rope dart somehow whiffed on both the lantern, 2 ledges, and a red cap. It missed everything in the room, and that's actually a bad death.
Oh
and he
no, he's
fell
all
off
the way
that
back.
wall again. That wall is cursed for him.
maybe the nerves getting to Alpha a little bit here. He's starting to, you know, kind of, oh man, lose it a little bit, but hopefully he's able to pull it back together here. As Narc goes for this yeet. Oh, not quite over the spike wall.
Hit. Yeah. And Alpha not gonna go for the rope rat again. He's learned his lesson.
I respect that.
Yeah, he's just gonna chill. So
That was a rough death.
yeah, he didn't even grab the checkpoint at the top the first time. But yeah, what can happen is, you know, when you use the rope dart, the ninja kind of extends his arm out, and the rope dart actually starts a little bit further from the ninja than, you know, the ninja himself. So he kind of was a bit too close to the lantern, and the rope dart kind of went past it. So that's why he died. Oh my god, that's kind of not nice to see when you have to wingsuit slash that lantern down there. No, what is happening?
Get off the spikes, man! Okay.
Okay, he's fine.
Okay.
Alpha's glacial is not looking.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, jeez.
Alpha's falling apart at the hour mark, and meanwhile, Narc's actually been playing. It's been looking pretty smooth over on his end, so maybe he actually is making up a little bit of time.
Yeah,
especially
like
with that death.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Narc is going for the old route where you go into the portal. I mean, you go into the shop and then go back into the portal, so that you don't. Which is the route that you go for if you're not going to attempt Ultra Steal a second time.
Yeah, I respect that.
So yeah.
Alpha going into Skylands, the longest stage of the game, I'm pretty sure. Just because all these auto scrollers mainly.
Yeah, and Alpha's doing the double fireball method. So the way the shmup works is that when you press the button, a fireball comes out. If you release the button after a certain amount of time, another fireball comes out on the release. But it doesn't always work. Like, you have to hold it down for a minimum certain amount of time for the second fireball to generate on the release. So if you can't mash really fast, what you can do is, you know, just hold the button down for that amount of time, and that'll allow you to get double fireballs, which is pretty good DPS. Not as good as mashing really fast, but still pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely like, I would say it's your best option if you can't mash fast.
Yeah, definitely.
That is kind of one of those things where not everyone sat there and, you know, developed like a really good mash technique, and it could be tricky from person to person. So I have seen some people opt for that method you just mentioned and get pretty good results out of it. So it's definitely easier on your controller as well.
Yeah, definitely. He doesn't want to ruin the brand new PS5 controller.
Yeah, true. Meanwhile, we're gonna see SpaceNarc go into G jump now. Previously in the tournament, this trick has been pretty rough for SpaceNarc. So hopefully he's had a chance to. Oh my God, he just YOLOs for it. He just does a no delay setup.
Can you do it again?
Oh wait.
Oh, he's guarded. He's guarded.
I think this is it.
Yeah, he's guarded. He's guarded. Yeah.
Okay, so while that was second try, he was going for that setup really quickly. So that was still a very good, very fast entry into Forlorn here. And we'll see what kind of strats Narc opts for in Forlorn. As there, you know, there's some variants, there's some tricky stuff. Like you could clip through these crushers in here, but it's super finicky and can kill you, but it saves like a second. So there's strats like that where you can go for some kind of curse time saves if you're really brave and just don't care about consistency.
Yeah.
But it looks like he didn't offer that, and
oh no, both of the Wizards are alive. That's really bad.
Boy.
Because really bad things can happen like that.
Oh my God, that Wizard was wobbling. He was
nice.
just dancing, but he did get through the room. Unfortunately, I don't think Narc knows that there's health in that first lane, and somehow nobody knows that there's health in there. And he's just kind of going up. He's going to go back up to 5 HP on this checkpoint, but he's going to be moving into the, as you said, 80% Hail Mary section of the run. Thankfully, he doesn't get hit by that saw, or else this would have been super Munkasteer. But moving into this Hail Mary, let's see if he's able to get through it without dying. Okay, I think he's opting for no damage boost, though, which makes me feel a lot more comfortable. I was about to have a heart attack, but
yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's fine. I think that was the right call to make at that low health mark.
Yeah, because you can get through that room with 5 HP by damage boosting first on a projectile.
Yeah.
But the Wizard's kind of, they just go wherever they want. And if a Wizard just happens to spawn in a bad location, you literally cannot do anything.
Yeah, it's just
There's this one run I was doing, or practice I think, where I was falling down one of the shafts and the Wizards literally just instantly flanked me on both sides, on top and bottom, and I literally just couldn't do anything.
Yeah. If you get unlucky and you're low health, it's a really bad time.
It's bad, yeah.
So I'm glad Narc was able to get through it. He's getting. Oh boy. Okay, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
He's got
room,
out, yeah.
I've seen this room kill some runners, but we'll see how it goes. Usually if you hit that switch with the windmill, you're 100% fine, and he does get it first try, so everything's kind of going smoothly. Meanwhile, Alpha, moving through Elemental Skylands, already in the water section, the third section out of 4 in this stage, and this section could be a little awkward. Some of these ascents are kind of weird, but overall, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, this next room in particular has a lot of variance in stats between all the. Doesn't even throw a windmill to do that. Just reverse rope darting.
I'm surprised he even knew any backup there at all. It almost looked like he knew that.
Yeah, might have. Okay. I'm not sure that strat worked exactly as intended, but he got through that room pretty fast. So
it seems like nobody's strat in that room ever works as intended.
Yeah.
You kind of just throw windmills and pray, hope for the best. As Alpha goes into that auto scroller, we'll shift our attention back over here to Narc. Making pretty good time through Forlorn so far from what I've seen. Let's see if he goes for a damage boost here. Okay, he's just gonna go. Oh, he does take one. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it did make the room pretty quick actually. So that was still a nice room.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine for damage boost strat. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that is one of those rooms that can suddenly be scary if things start to go really wrong. Just because there is spikes and stalls everywhere. So even though you're full health, you make a couple blunders and next thing you know, it's pretty scary. Same with this room as we saw earlier. This room did take Alpha out, whereas Narc's getting through it really cleanly actually. He's gonna be moving on into the Demon King fight as well.
Yeah, in some of those rooms, you might have a pretty consistent damage boost strat and stuff like that, but if you mess it up a little bit, you're just stuck in the middle of a cycle that you have no idea what's happening, and yeah, you kind of just die at that point.
Oh my goodness, Alpha got the time yeet! That's that's actually frame perfect, I think.
That's cool.
That's a really rare one to get. It's a very minor time save in that situation, but you love to see it.
Yeah, and let's see how SpaceNarc's
room on Alpha as well. Yeah. Oh no!
He's kind of. Oh, that's not going very well. In this situation, in the situation that Narc was in right now, it is actually advisable to take the rocket.
Which he is.
Yeah, you want to get.
He heard you.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, but I wouldn't advise going this high up with the rocket. What you kind of want to do is just get on the rocket, and as soon as the throne disappears off screen, you just kind of want to jump off it and just start hitting him. Because this is kind of slow. Falling down with him like this, it's a safe strat though, which is fair enough. To opt for in a race.
Yeah, absolutely. Now as Dark goes into the auto scroller section of this fight, let's look over at Alpha going for the concierge fight. See him mashing away, saying, hey, you know what? I have this new PS5 controller, and I was trying to preserve durability on it, but now I'm going to start pressing those buttons, and we got to go fast right now. So he's sacrificing a little durability on his controller to try to save some time here. Also, you can notice that Alpha is pausing the game while pulling up that select screen. And as Narga was kind of mentioning earlier, you can pull that up and you can keep shooting. You can hear the fireball sound. That is Manfred. He's generating fireballs. As soon as you unpause, they kind of all shoot at once and give you a huge amount of damage. Now that's double beneficial because one, it's safer. You're not going to get hit by as much because this game's literally paused. But also, these projectiles get in your way. They block bullets. They make you do less damage. So pausing actually. Oh my god, Alpha going down to 1 HP.
That's
okay.
Okay.
Alpha's kind of known for, even with the pauses, somehow always going down to 1 HP and ending up with the fungus. Really, really scary fight, but he does get through and had a pretty quick fight overall there, so that was good. And SpaceNarc also finishing up the Demon King, getting that crown.
Yeah, pretty good boss fights from both sides. But yeah, the boss strat is actually, I would recommend it to everyone who's trying this
Same.
because it's just really good. There's no reason not to do it. I would say, I mean, if your button layout is kind of messed up, you just kind of have to practice it, I guess. But it can get pretty consistent once you practice
Yeah.
it. And yeah, it
You
even allows
always,
you to like,
use your nose or something to hit select if you can't reach any fingers
yeah,
over there. Just just do the head smash,
that's the
and
strat.
start mashing, face mashing. Shoutouts to I believe it was Kyle. I think I've seen do face mashing in this game before.
Oh no, Alpha died again.
Oh
Oh my,
no! In an almost
struggle.
identical room to that other glacial one that he died in,
Oh
where you just
no.
fall, you do a long fall, and then you rope dart to the right. Both of these style of rooms have taken him out. It still kind of scared me how he did that.
I think the same thing happened to him. He just went for a rope dart and kind of,
It missed,
him.
yeah.
Yeah. Going into the worst room in the game.
Yeah, this room sucks to do backwards. Glacial feels like it was designed for speedrunning, but only forwards. Like,
Yeah.
forwards speedrunning it feels amazing. Speedrunning it backwards does not feel that good.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
awful.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, making his way through, gonna be going into the underworld. Let's see how he does in that section while SpaceNarc makes it into the catacombs. Let's see if he goes for the eat. I'm not sure if he goes for that. The ring eat for the cycle skip. So let's see. Alpha gonna be walking past Pyro, which is one of the guys you're supposed to save. He's kind of really afraid of fire. His entire life is based around being afraid of fire, but we're just gonna leave him near the lava. He's fine.
Yeah, he'll be good. Maybe he likes it. Okay, Dark not going for the eat there. I respect that. It's actually not that much slower because the setup takes a while otherwise. Alpha getting a beautiful Jesus fall there, just hovering down in absolute style. And yeah, this is one of those things where the runs, even though they had a route divergence, they're getting really close to being even. Narc has to basically get to Dark Cave, which he's almost there. Clear Dark Cave, which isn't too long, but then he has all of Riviera left. Whereas Alpha, once he's beaten this stage, he'll have done all the progress that Narc did with the different routes. So it is looking like Alpha is a bit ahead here, but we'll know for sure once either Narc finishes Riviera or Alpha finishes the 8-bit Underworld.
Yeah, because after this point, the routes kind of converge, and they both have to go into Corrupted Future, and then in the music box, of course.
Oh, Alpha went for
And-
Saw Jump!
Ooh, just about missing it. That looked promising. I have to say,
Yeah.
the ninja was kind of fumbling around, that just doing jank stuff. That's how Saw Jump works.
Yeah,
but
you
yeah,
kind of just pray and just press buttons and pray that it lets you jump off the saw. But
Yeah,
unfortunately, it
pretty
didn't work there. Narc, meanwhile, going through the Dark Cave, hitting those invisible bouncy pads and then moving on to the second screen. It looks like he's got this memorized really well. Although he goes for a little bit of a different setup there. Went to that left wall and then back up to the right. It was a little bit different, but
Yeah.
cool to see. It's still really fast.
Yeah, I think that's like kind of an old start before it was found that you can just, do that jump from that platform. But yeah, gonna be making to Dark Cave pretty clean. Dark Cave is pretty consistent once you learn it and practice it a little bit, even though you literally cannot see a thing in there. Yeah, moving into Riviera, let's see how Riviera goes for SpaceNarc. I have to say though, SpaceNarc has been playing really consistent. I don't think I've seen him die too many times. I don't even remember seeing him die at all.
Yeah, I feel like he might have died once, but maybe not actually. So I know Alpha's died a couple times, but it looks like despite that, Alpha is about 3 minutes ahead right now, depending on how this Riviera goes for Narc. Just from having all that experience at a high level in this game, all those micro optimizations really adding up throughout the run. But for for Narc also having just learned New Game Plus not long ago, and kind of actually I don't think Dark had played the Messenger in a while either. And he came into this tournament and he has been killing it, I have to say. It's been really cool to see.
Yeah, it's been nice to see. There hasn't been a lot of participation, but yeah, it's been really cool to see all the people who participated and played around with this category, because most of them are new to it. Almost all of us are new to this category, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a hard and long category with a million things to learn, so it's super can be pretty overwhelming of a category. Like, it's definitely not a category you would want to start with in this game, but
yeah.
It is a cool category to see, and there's a lot of like really cool movement and tricks involved.
Yeah, definitely. So we see here Alpha getting almost to the end of Corrupted Future while Narc does the big bird eat. Let's see if he goes for any damage. Okay, he's gonna cut his eat out.
Oh, he goes
just go
left
for.
side.
Oh, he goes left. Okay, you don't usually see that because it's kind of slow. But yeah, he's gonna get a slow cycle. You're just gonna wait it out. He's got full HP, so he could go for a damage boost. I'm not sure if he's going to do that. He's looking at the spikes. He wants to go for it.
Yeah, I think
maybe he does it over
going
here.
for it
Yeah.
now. Oh gosh, he
Ooh,
gets two.
jeez.
Don't go for the eat. Just okay, good.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Alpha taking a death and losing 10 minutes. Just kidding. He's glitching the game and getting the note. This saves a huge amount of time. Saves having to run away from this Cthulhu-like monster. But yeah, Alpha only has Music Box left. Narc does have a little bit of Riviera left, Corrupted Future, and then Music Box. So they're both like kind of nearing the end of this marathon of a run. So I have to say though, with the Music Box stage coming up, it is a level that's based off the beat of the song. Things actually, like a lot of things in the level actually move to the rhythm of the song, and it is a very hard level. Many spots you could die at, many places things could go very, very, very wrong. Narc cutting that a little bit close, but getting through it.
Okay.
Let's hope he doesn't get caught in the infinite. Okay, he did wait. Because I saw him get into that plant a little late, and if he fired right away, he might have had the same thing happen to him that happened to Alpha earlier.
Yeah.
But oh, Narc getting a glitched animation. The Jesus cannon. That's you rarely see the Jesus cannon.
Yeah.
But you love to see it.
I'm going to be moving into the Nightbird fight. I'm not sure if Narc goes for this one cycle. It's a pretty complicated one cycle. It's also pretty recently discovered.
Yeah, it's fairly new.
Yeah. So let's see.
Alpha getting the God cycle as well.
Gets the fast cycle. Nice. Oh, he kills the Red Kappa. Is that... I'm not sure if that's a good thing or if, like, he usually goes for that. Okay, it looks like he's fine. He knows what to do. That's good.
Yeah, I think Dark is going to go for the 2-cycle fight. Meanwhile, Alpha... Let's see if he tries to skip a cycle on this this Crusher. You can sometimes... Okay, no, he's just going to wait it out. I respect that. It's not that much of a time loss, and he kind of didn't enter the room at the perfect time, where the song would line up where he could kind of, skip a Crusher cycle there, but there's a lot of, like, kind of complicated stuff going on in this level. We'll see. Speaking of which, we'll see if Alpha does the pause trick.
Wait, it's not dead?
Oh,
not die.
Oh no, he went to phase 3.
Oh,
and he missed the platform over on the left.
Oh no.
Phase 3 is not one a lot of runners are comfortable with, because usually hopefully you kill him in 1 or 2 cycles, but it looks like things went kind of wrong, and then you get tested. Hey, do you know where these invisible platforms are? And unfortunately I think I saw he died over on the far left, so he must have barely missed it.
Yeah,
on that
phase 3
platform. Go ahead.
Yeah, the phase 3 platform it's actually really, really small. Like, if you don't know where it is and you just kind of wing it, there's a really good chance you're just gonna miss it.
He's tried to go for I think the baby bird strat, but he got crushed on that corner. That's actually, I died it the same way on the second bird, where you're in a race, you're a little nervous, and you just panic and press jump a little early, and you hit that corner, You're like, oh, I don't want to fall in the pit, but you fall in the pit because you bonk on that pillar. And it is one of those things that just goes to show you this room is never free. It is always tricky in races.
Yeah, this is a really hard room. It's a hard room casually, but
Oh, no,
the same
Alpha's-
things happened to him again. Oh no,
he's
that's
in the
not
infinite.
good. Oh no.
I think he's just gonna not. Do you think he's gonna keep trying, or do you think he's gonna just go for like the casual strats?
Yeah, I think you might go for the casual strat, which is honestly not that much better though. The casual strat can be really jank sometimes in that room because the room
I
is just
know.
cursed. So
This
let's
room
see
is
what
hard to get
happens.
through, no matter what strat
Yeah.
you opt for. I think he's going for the casual strat because he just walked into the room without thinking about the timing of the song. No, he's going for the baby bird.
Got it.
We call that
Nice.
the baby bird because there is a full yeet you could do called rhythm bird. There's also some other strats that I like called jank bird, and there's a lot of different things you could kind of do in that room. And the baby bird's kind of like the strat where you make use of the bird, but you don't go all the way with it. It still saves a lot of time. It's a lot. I want to say safer, even though it betrayed Alpha twice there, but the other strats are even riskier.
Yeah, there's so many strats in that room, and they're all kind of just as bad as the next one. But yeah, that's just a really hard room.
Ooh, good cycle on Alpha's end there.
Nice. Okay, let's hope he doesn't. He got cursed again.
Oh
What?
my!
No, this
All the
happened to him in the
steam.
last one.
This scheme is supposed to alternate, but instead all of them are going at once. Thankfully, this time he had the HP that he didn't have to be as scared. Oh no!
Oh no, he can't do the puzzle. Oh no, he's
Oh,
hitting the
no.
other switch. Okay, he's got it. Okay. Oh
Wait.
no, Alpha.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, yeah, he's good. But yeah, that actually happened to Alpha in the last race. But
Okay.
my god.
Yeah, he
just
came in that
glitched.
room in a scary cycle. You can actually get crushed by that first crusher there.
Yeah.
If you enter at the room at a bad time and aren't fast enough. He's in the cursed room. Okay,
Okay, he's fine. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I think nerves are definitely getting to Alpha at this point. He's
Yeah.
not-
Especially if he might not even be. What?
Oh my god, no, he just
What was
walked into that. No.
Oh,
The checkpoint is
no.
right there. He's gonna lose quite a bit
Oh.
of time to that.
The thing is you have to wait on the song to start before you can get through this room because these crushers do block your path. So that's just even more, insult to injury. And he has to go through the cursed room again and that room that killed him again. This room can go really bad.
Oh no,
Okay.
Oh my god, okay.
SpaceNarc, meanwhile, also getting the skip in Corrupted Future, and he shortly will be in Music Box himself. Hopefully, things are able to go better for him. He's actually not that far behind because this Music Box has been pretty rough for Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha's gonna wait on that cycle the next time. Not gonna. No, he misses the rope dart. Oh no, Alpha. Things are
man.
not going well for
And
Alpha
this
right
is why anything can happen in this category. Oh, you have to wait on the song here as well.
now. Yeah, which actually makes it a bit easier to get the cycle. So that's. Oh no, okay, don't fall down again.
Commentator
Okay, he's
curse. Oh god, the bats are coming after him. Okay. Oh, he gets up there. Nice.
He's got up. Nice. Okay.
Now, Alpha still does have a bit of a lead here from the lead he crafted earlier, but if Narc has a deathless music box, he could, have narrowed that gap quite a bit. We'll see, though. Like, as you can see, music box is very deadly. Oh, gosh, Alpha.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Everything about Alpha's run is just looking really cursed right now. Anything
Yeah.
could kill him. This music box it doesn't get easier after
No.
those rooms. There's this room with lots and lots of spikes.
Okay, he actually did that
he's
room
through.
really well.
Yeah, this year is pretty easy. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see how SpaceNarc decides to do music box. He's also going to wait on the cycle. So none of them going for really many pause strats or anything like that, which is fair. The pause strats can be pretty scary. They can just kind of kill you if you pause at the wrong time.
I'm guessing at this point, Alpha has to be a little concerned, especially if he's not watching the stream, because he did lose a lot of time in this stage, and it is giving room for Narc to catch up. So We'll see if hopefully he plays these rooms super safe. Oh my goodness, he actually
Oh my god, he
could have got
almost
crushed
died.
there.
Yeah, he almost
If he
died to
jumped a
that.
little earlier, that Crusher actually would have been in position to kill him. That would have been brutal because that is not a spot you're used to dying at, but it can happen.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
he got
Oh
a
no,
welfare
he's missed
wingsuit.
that.
Kind of having like a bit of a belly flop there, but
Okay.
getting through the room. Let's see if he goes for the bat TP.
Yeah, the infamous bad TP, it works every single time if you go for it.
Oh,
But
it
runners
doesn't.
just don't like to go for it for some reason. I don't know, it's a free time. So
Yeah. Strange.
yeah.
Narc in the room that kind of cursed Alpha. Narc going for the more consistent but still scary kind of casual way through the room. Hopefully he's able to get through it and doesn't get impatient at the very end. Oh boy. Okay, good. He's respecting the room, and
He's fine.
with that, he saved a lot of time. Meanwhile, Alpha moving into the final boss fight of the game, the Phantom. Now, I have seen runners die on this fight before, but it looks like Alpha is getting the kind of the good setup here, getting a bunch of windmill loops going, and hopefully going to get a bunch of invincibility, but kind of taking a couple of hits there. Oh boy.
Oh, getting hit again. Okay, he should be fine.
He should
I would
still
say.
be good. He does get
Oh,
the
he got the
target port.
teleport. No, he fell down. That's not. Oh my god, he has
Oh.
damaged Phantom a lot. He's not going to get the quick kill here.
I don't think he's going to get it either.
Yeah.
Oh, he does get
he's
it.
got it.
Okay, wow. I thought his damage was a little bit off, but that is Alpha finishing up the last boss. There is still a bit of a cutscene and a mashing section before he's done, but meanwhile, moving over on Narc. Narc, not that far behind. This actually turned into a fairly close race, which is, you love to see it. And it was like a bit odd to know who was in front for a while because of the route divergence, but it's definitely been a pretty exciting race to watch.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you what kind of a level music box is. It can just completely turn the tide of the entire race, and anything can happen in this level, which is why it's great to have this level as the last one, because it's like a really exciting finale, definitely, for everyone to watch.
Terrifying as a runner, but great as a viewer.
Yeah, exactly.
And GG for SortofAlpha, 129.45.
Yeah, so Alpha's run was actually really good, except for his music box, which was kind of scuffed. But yeah, other than that, and just those couple of 2 deaths on Glacial, Alpha actually played really well. That was a really good race, and it would look like the time would be around 127 if he hadn't taken those deaths in music box, which is a really solid time.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, let's keep up on Narc's end as he is on the kind of the final home stretch of Music Box here. I'll have to ask, I think Narc might be a deathless run for him. I can't. Oh no! He did die to the Nightbird.
Oh yeah, to the Nightbird. But I think before that he was actually going deathless.
Yeah, I think he's only had the
Pretty
one
sure.
death on Nightbird. So this has been a really solid run for Narc here, and
Yeah.
I think if Alpha got caught in the Baby Bird Infinite a few more times, this run these runs would be even closer than they have been.
Yeah, it looks like Narc is going for the legacy strat where you switch shuriken actually in the two shops that you go into. So right here he's going to pick it up again, and he switched it back in the old one. So
Yeah,
that's
it makes a
interesting.
couple rooms easier having the long range of the regular shuriken, but then switching back to windmill to have its utility for going through walls to skip some of the puzzles. So it's a bit slower, but it does make some of the rooms like a bit more consistent.
Yeah, like the switch snipe rooms are much safer with the regular shuriken because it just travels far. Windmill doesn't travel very far, so you have to actually go close to the switches to hit them. So yeah, switching to regular shuriken loses time on this one puzzle room, but other than that, yeah, like Ron said, it makes it a lot safer. So yeah, it's an understandable strat to go for.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Narc. We'll see if he goes for the bat TP. Unfortunately, does not go for that bat TP. It works every time, guys.
It works. Yeah.
It's
Everyone always gets
it's
it.
a bit of a joke. The bat teleport. It looks like there should be a way to teleport from one bat to the next there, but we've never actually made it work. But one of these days, we're gonna keep dreaming. We keep dreaming big that it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Narc's moving on into the final boss. We'll see what kind of strat he opts for, because there's kind of a few different ways to approach this fight. Oh no, that's
Oh
not a good
no,
thing.
he jumped.
Oh my goodness, we're getting flashbacks to when we were kids playing Ocarina of Time, bouncing the ball back and forth against Ganondorf. But actually, he got through that pretty quick. I've had it to where I get stuck in that phase for like ever. So I'm happy to see that the boss did go into the mask phase, which is what you want to see.
Yeah, Nar's opening was really good, so he managed to get a mask phase. No teleport on his end, unfortunately. Let's see how this damage is. I'm not sure how good it is. I thought Alpha's damage wasn't that good, but he got a quick kill. So, Nar's
Pretty
unfortunately not gonna
close.
get it. Yeah,
I think if he got the teleport, he would have got it. But that was close. Really close there. And Narc is now finishing up Phantom. We're gonna raise our hands in chat to give him some energy as he moves into the final mashing section. Meanwhile, we have the victor, SortofAlpha, joining in. How's it going, man? Welcome in.
It's all right.
Man.
what happened?
Yeah, go
What
ahead.
happened? I don't
Dude,
want to talk about
What
it.
happened in Music Box, man? What happened?
As Ron would say, I got caught in the infinite.
Yeah, the best infinite you got caught in though is the Riviere plant when you kept trying to shoot out of it.
Oh my god!
That was
Did anyone
great.
notice that I got the frame perfect bug again with the air vents?
Yeah, you got it again, man. What are you doing?
I'm
Getting
like-
it like every single time,
I'm
man.
just too good.
Yeah, that's true.
Just too
Frame
good.
perfect
Yeah.
consistency.
Hmm
Absolutely. Oh man, but yeah, that run was pretty good. I mean, yeah,
No,
you had
it
like
wasn't
those.
that.
And
Did-
also, GG now to SpaceNarc with a 134.29.
Is that a PB for him?
I'm not sure actually.
It might,
Some of the PBs are part of track here, but
I think his PV was a 35 before.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, GG then. Congrats on the PB to Narc. And we'll see if he wants to join us for commentary or for an interview or not.
Looks like he will be.
Good to hear. But yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and let's see. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and ask Alpha. What did you think of the run overall? I know Music Box obviously gave you some troubles there at the end, but Music Box sucks. So it is what it is.
I probably lost like 2 minutes to backtracking Glacial.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. You
Yeah.
died like 2 times. In
there was
Glacial,
two rooms that were that you. It was like the similar kind of room where you kind of
Yeah.
fall and then go for a rope dart, and those kind of did betray you.
Yeah.
Welcome in, by the way, Narc. GG on the race.
Hey, GG, man.
Hello, thank you, GG. Congrats, Alpha.
Thanks.
Was that a PB, Narc?
It was.
Nice,
Nice.
GG, man.
Nice.
Thank you.
Was that one death? I thought I only counted one death on your end to the well, we call it the Nightbird, but the Riviere boss.
I had 2, I think.
Oh, two. I can't even
I
remember
had
where the other one
in,
was at.
One in Underworld.
Oh, right. I
Oh,
do
that's
remember that
right.
now in that fire
Yeah.
pit.
Yeah.
With the hook. Yeah. That was really solid though. Like only dying 2 times in this freaking category is like a miracle in of itself.
True.
It's pretty rough, but how did you feel about your run overall, Narc?
I know early on I was actually throughout the whole run really I was making lots of small mistakes. I was trying not to let them get to me. Nah, I'm glad I got G jump on second try, not the 10th or whatever I normally do in races. Other than that though, it was pretty well. It was literally my best.
Yeah, you can't do any better than that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been getting that in a race is really nice, and that's good that you didn't let it get to you, because that, especially with a category this long, it's really rough. Like, let's say you have a death in catacombs or something like that, you know, or just maybe you miss a few tricks and in autumn, and then you're feeling salty already, and you still got like another hour and 30 minutes to go, and it can really ruin the run. But I'm glad you didn't let any of the stuff get to you and finish out with a PB.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was mentioning at the start of this race that, as Narga didn't even know this, that you and Alpha have a bit of a history with racing each other.
Yes, we do.
A lot, yeah.
I swear every time I loaded up Twitch, you two were racing each other, like every run. So
yeah, it was.
I remember back in the day when I could beat Alpha in almost every race, and then he went
every
on to
time.
be like in the top 3 for the messenger.
yeah, I guess maybe that was the motivation that made Alpha practice 20 hours a day to get to where he's at now.
40 hours in one room.
Yeah, 40 hours in one room.
Yeah.
But yeah, a question I'm kind of interested in, Narc, because I've seen you play run a bunch of different games, like the Shantae games or like Hollow Knight. How do you feel the messenger movement in the speedrun compares to these other games you've run?
I really love the messenger's movement. Like, as I would say, it almost feels the best of all the games I've run, just because of all the, like, you feel like an acrobat jumping around and cloud jumping off of things and all the tricks you can pull off. It's the game is very movement based. There's combat in it, but it's very, very movement based, and I like that in a speed run. I'd say it's probably my favorite movement in any game.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. I obviously love it as well. It's incredible the amount of things that you could do, and that even now, where people are still finding different things you could do, different little optimizations, and because the movement is so diverse and kind of like secretly complex, like you can have feel really cool and go fast, but then you can find out there's like 20 other small things you could do to kind of like learn and I really dive into that depth to save some more time. But Alpha, yeah, I was curious as well, because I know you've tried to branch out into some other speedruns. What's your take on the messenger after all this time as a speedrun versus maybe anything else you've kind of messed with?
So far, nothing has come close to Messenger. Like, nothing has hooked me nearly as much as the Messenger, and it being my first speed game, and getting world record at some point in the main category. I always get roped back into it, and I can't seem to find another game that fills that spot.
Yeah, this game kind of spoils us, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's really good. I highly
really
recommend
good.
people check it out. Even just casually, the game is a really great time. But anyways, there was actually a couple other questions I had, because both of you, I believe, Narc, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were pretty new to New Game Plus any %, right? Coming into this tournament.
Yeah, I learned it specifically for the tournament. I heard there was going to be one, and I decided to learn the category.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, what was your approach to learning it? Because it's an overwhelming amount of game to learn in this short of time.
I had done a little bit of New Game Plus, just 8-bit, before, and that's about all I had for the New Game Plus movement. But I would just I watched Casa's world record video at the time, and just like went kind of room by room, just learning how to do it. Anything that I couldn't do that he did, I would just find my easier but slower route, and then I just do runs. I did a handful of runs like that, and then like as I run and as I'm gonna like stream my runs, I'll go back and like go look at either people who are faster than me or anything, and then I'll just start from the beginning again and kind of update each room as I go, just to get a little faster.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Alpha, I believe you as well. You had some experience from grinding the New Game Plus 8-bit out of bounds.
Yeah, about 5 minutes of the run, I learned.
Yeah, 5
Yeah.
minutes out of an hour. And
About
30
4
or
minutes
whatever.
of that invalid.
Yeah. But other than that, you came into New Game Plus also really fresh. So I was just curious what, if there's actually stuff you've enjoyed about learning New Game Plus, maybe stuff that was surprisingly cool, or if it's all just been a bit of a kind of a difficult test to get through and learn.
So I'm a new game runner, of course. So I think new game is a little harder to like get to the absolute top level than New Game Plus, but the movement is way flashier in New Game Plus, and it feels like you have to do more. And in New Game, you kind of just go through the motions, and in New Game Plus, you have to have like a million backups, just in case something goes wrong. And
Yeah.
I mean, I did have some experience with like just rope dart movement, of course, through the rope dart stages in the New Game run, and just like messing a little bit with the 8-bit New Game Plus. But yeah, second quest, I'm very new to as well. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, did you have any questions, Narga, for either?
No, I
runner?
think you covered most of it. Yeah, but yeah, both of you had pretty good runs. It came really close at the end. It looked like
Yeah.
um
Yeah, Music
Even
Box
with,
is
like, the
starting to get
rounds
a little sketchy on your end, Alpha. I was like, oh no.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was like my best music box ever.
But yeah, that was great to see. GG's in the tournament, Narc. I'm glad to see that people took the time to learn this marathon of a category and join in and have some fun in the tournament. And Alpha, I believe next you'll be moving on in the losers bracket. Gonna be going against Narga right here.
Oh,
I think
jeez,
that's
dude.
the end of the road, judging from
That's
this
not-
performance.
Oh no, man. Oh, he's gonna practice Music Box for 20 hours every day, and I'm just gonna get screwed.
I mean, my run wasn't all that good, like for the most part.
I mean,
other
aside
than-
from the glacial deaths, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I fell on Arcane Golem and lost 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, that was just showing off the music, right? That wasn't actually.
and the animations, the DLC,
Yeah.
just giving some extra content for the viewers there.
Like my consistency is
I
very bad.
Alpha, my normal arcane golem is slower than that.
Oh yeah, well,
Huge fan.
yeah. I actually thought about you when I did that.
Okay.
No, but that'll definitely be a match to look forward to for the viewers. Regardless, I'm definitely going to be excited for it. I believe is that all of the matches for this week for the losers bracket? Like, I think
I think so. Yeah.
I think we've established our top 4, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Isn't
Yes.
our match at like the 30th? Nugget?
What? Why?
It's
Our
pretty
match
soon.
isn't scheduled, right?
No, I think you all have a few days to schedule it. So,
Okay.
but yeah, it will be in like 5 days, or three to like 7 days or something like that. We'll get to see some more messenger action, but yeah. I guess that about wraps it up. Unless you had anything else, let's see. Yeah, I guess we're good to head out of here. Thanks again, guys, for playing, giving us some good entertainment, and GG's to you both.
Thank you.
And thanks everyone out there watching. Make sure to tune in for the rest of the matches. We're moving on into the top 4. Things are going to get pretty wild and hopefully fun to watch. So thanks as well, Narga, for commentating with me. It was
Yeah,
a
it's been
pleasure.
fun. Yeah.
Had a good time. And yeah, that'll be it. Gonna close up. And thank you everyone so much. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.